So I'm going to be looking at the May 2019 paper question 7. Alright, so this is one of the questions in the paper that students they had problems with. Mostly because they were unfamiliar with a question like this. Right? In previous years they gave you some diagrams and you had to figure out what the next pattern in the sequence was. But in this particular one, they told us that the nth term, right, Tn of a sequence is given by this. So basically they've given us the formula already, right? Show that the first term in the sequence is 1. Alright? Now, all you're really doing here, you have the formula for the nth term, right? So the first term, so that is t, my first term, all I'm going to do is substitute n equal 1 into the equation. This will be 3n squared, so it's 3 multiplied by 1 squared minus 2, which is equal to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. So we've just shown that the first term of the sequence is 1. That's it. Next thing you want to find, what is the third term of the sequence? So you want to find t3. So that is 3. All we're doing is substituting into the formula here. This is 3 squared minus 2, which is equal to 3 multiplied by 9 minus 2, which is 9 3s are 27 minus 2, which is 25. So my third term is actually 25, right? Pretty straightforward. That's it. Nothing fancy. This one here now, they told us that Tn is 45. Find the value of n. Now you know what the formula is. Tn is equal to 3n squared minus 2. And they told us what Tn is. Tn is 145. So 145 is equal to 3n squared minus 2. So therefore, okay, so I like to work the equation like this. So 3n squared minus 2 is equal to 145. Therefore, 3n squared is equal to 145 plus 2. So 3n squared is equal to 147. So n squared is equal to 147 over 3. N squared is equal to, that's 49, right? So therefore n is equal to square root of 49, right? So therefore n is equal to plus or minus 7, right? But all we're concerned about is the positive value because we are talking about the nth term of a sequence. So the nth term has to be positive, right? So the value of n in this case is 7. Now even if students got through with that first part of the question, well, this one just simply threw them off. So they told us the first 8 terms of another sequence is given by this here, right? So this is sequence 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21. All right. Now this particular sequence here is what we call the Fibonacci sequence. If you notice, we add the 2 previous terms to get my current term. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2, right? Then 2 plus 1 gives me 3. Then 3 plus 2 gives me 5. 3 plus 5 gives me 8. 8 plus 5 gives me 13. 8 plus 13 gives me 21. Right? So this is a famous sequence. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. Right? And they are showing you that. So they're writing the terms in terms of un. So u1 is equal to 1. That's my first term. u2 is my second term. It's also equal to 1. And then they give us a general formula now, which is this. Right? Now, they told you, for example, the fifth and seventh term. So the fifth term, right? Remember, it's a Fibonacci sequence. What you're doing is adding the 2 previous terms to get your new term. So the fifth term is obviously my fourth plus my third, right? My seventh will obviously be my sixth plus my fifth. Now, they want you to write down in part 1, write down the next 2 terms in the sequence. That is u9 and u10, right? So they've given us one, so that's 8 terms. So u9, my 9th term, all I need to do is to add 13 plus 21. So this is 13 plus 21, and I'm going to get 34. That is my 9th term. My 10th term, which is U10, right? So next term after 21 would have been 34. So my 10th term will be 21 plus 34, right? And that will give me 55. So that's my 10th term, right? The terminology may have been confusing, but the question is pretty straightforward, right? And well, this one, lots of students they could not do this one. They said, so which term in the sequence is the sum of 18 and 19? So remember, you're adding the two previous terms to get your new term, right? So U18, that's my 18th term, plus U19, which is my 19th term, what should that give me? That should give me my 20th term, right? So what term in the sequence? So this is it's my 20th term, right? Or U20, all right? And then the last part now, they said show that U20 minus U19 is equal to U19 minus 17. Now, remember, to get my new terms, so let's go. U17, my 17th term, right? After 17th term will be my 18th term. After my 18th term, I'm going to have my 19th term, right? Now, and after my 19th term, I'm going to get my 20th term. So they want us to show that U19 minus U20 is equal to U19 minus U17. Now, in order to get my 19th term, I must add this plus this, right? In order to get my 20th term, I must add this plus this, all right? So what we're saying is that U19, that is my 19th term, is equal to U17 plus U18, right? And also to get my 20th term, my U20 is equal to my 18th plus 19th, so U18 plus U19, right? So just using the same logic, I haven't looked at what we're trying to prove as yet, right? But we have 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. And we know that the 19th term is 17 plus 18. The 20th term is 18 plus 19. Now let's see what we want us to prove. U20 minus U19. Now U20 minus U19 from this here, from this one. U20 minus U19. So if I took my 20th term and I subtract my 19th term, I should get my 18th term, U18, right? Just by looking at this equation here. And from this equation, I can see my 18th term, or if we say U19 minus U17, I'm going to get U18, right? So my 18th term can be written as U20 minus U19, or it can be written as U19 minus U17. So therefore, based on these two facts, we can say that U20 minus U19 is equal to U19 minus U17, which is exactly what they told us to prove, right? So the last part is not that difficult, right? It's just students would have been unfamiliar with it. Okay.